A warm welcome to architect Karl Wadia on the episode of Edcast. We are going to be talking about architecture, how he started getting interested in architecture right in his 6th grade, and how the legendary architect Hafeez Contractor shaped his design beliefs. So we have architect Karl Wadia with us today. I would like to start by asking you, what were you like before even coming to a career of architecture?
So first and foremost, thank you very much for inviting me on this platform. When we met a couple of months back and you gave me some indication as to what you're trying to do with bricks as a platform, I was personally very impressed and very interested because for many years architecture has been a profession architecture has been a second, third choice profession for many people and a first choice profession for very few people. And I have always felt that changing that would give the opportunity to our country, India, to foster better architects.
Right.
And that's the reason when you presented me with this opportunity to talk on your platform, I was very happy to do so, because I would really love every architecture student to choose architecture as their first love.
Well, couldn't have said it better. Yeah.
Yes, and once you do that, like everything else in life, work and profession comes easily, and once you start having passion for what you do, it automatically shows in your work.
Right.
So that's what got me excited to be on this platform, and I thank you for that.
Very grateful. Thank you.
I was a naughty kid, to be very frank. My parents had a lot of trouble with school. I still remember my dad would get called every few months to school. He's done this and he's done this. But somehow they could never prove I had done it. So, but I think till date, I would like to say that the school days were the most fun days. I went to a Jesuit boys' school where anything goes.
Right.
And because of that, some of my best friends since the last 35-40 years are still with me.
Wonderful.
And I'm truly grateful for the opportunity that my school gave me to then move on to junior college and architecture school and all of that, because I was at that time in probably the best school in Bombay, the St. Mary's ICSE school in Baikala, and we had a fantastic time.
That's wonderful. Did the naughtiness come out of the creativity that you always had?
Possibly, because we did think of very creative ways to do things, and some of those things are such that I cannot speak on a podcast. Maybe, after many drinks down, maybe I can say a few things.
Maybe our next conversation then. Yes. Is there any particular incident from your growing days that you'd like to share which kind of directed you towards the field of architecture?
So definitely, I grew up in Kolaba and my school was in Maisgaon. And most kids, when they were young, as in most of the kids I knew, used to travel 5, 7, 10 minutes to school. We used to travel in the morning, it was 45 minutes, and in the evening it was one hour, sometimes 1 hour, 10 minutes. So traveling to school and back, even so many years back in Bombay city, got me to see the city a lot.
Right.
And I think subconsciously that made a difference. At the same time, the St. Mary's School is a beautiful old 125-year-old school of Gothic architecture. These beautiful arches. There's an old church. We used to go to the church every couple of weeks to do mass.
Wow.
And being in that cathedral-like space, I think subconsciously those those were the formative thoughts, at least in terms of form, space.
Right.
And that's also the reason why institutional architecture is so important, because it really does form people.
Yeah, that's right. What year did you join Architect Hafeez Contractor? Of course, we'll come to how amazing it is to work with the legendary sir itself, but at what year did you start?
So there's a funny story. I expressed to my father that I probably wanted to do architecture, and I can't remember precisely, but it was either in the 6th or the 8th standard.
Oh wow, so early.
And the legendary architect, or Padma Bhushan, or however you want to address him, but to me, Hafeez Contractor is actually a paternal uncle of mine. So my father probably must have spoken to him and said, look, I want to send him in the summer to just see the office, and he seems to be interested. And knowing the kind of person he is, he must have said, yeah, in Gujarati he must have said Mokal. So I remember in the summer of, I can't remember which grade, but I did come here to do internship in exactly this space. That time there used to be desks here. And it was just a month or two. But the thing I clearly remember is that there were these lovely black desks, long desks. They all had a glass top on which we used to do glass tracing. And every half an hour, 15 minutes, there used to be this lovely milky coffee that used to come with endless supply of Good Day biscuits.
Oh wow.
So I used to totally enjoy that.
And this was when you were in 8th?
I think 8th or 6th,
Yeah.
I can't remember, probably
Wow.
8th. And at about 7:38 in the evening, and the office used to never shut. I mean, it was almost like a 24-hour office. But at 7:38 in the evening, my dad would come with his badminton bag, and he used to pick me up saying, chalo, now let's go home. I don't know how much I did in the office, but I definitely did some glass tracings and stuff like that,
Right.
which I think at some level, created a relationship between the mind and the hand. And that, I think, subconsciously grew, and I kind of knew I wanted to do architecture.
That's wonderful. So you found your passion at a very early age.
I would say so, yes.
Yes. Now, we are assuming that someone who is not an architect or a very young student is listening to you, watching you. How would you describe architecture to someone who has no idea what it is all about?
So, I mean, the true definition of architecture, at least in my understanding, is the design practice of designing the built form in and around you. So, be it buildings, be it interior design, be it urban planning. So for people who have a keen interest in the built environment around them, I would say that is a strong indicator that you might be interested in architecture. If you find yourself entering places and being intrigued by the kind of interior design you see, or the kind of spaces, or wow, this space is so high, if you find yourself observing those things, that's probably an indicator that this might be a profession for you. But the field of architecture is so vast, because, as they call it, is the mother of all arts.
Right.
So it can be from urban planning, urban design, over thousands of square kilometers of area, down to the last detail of something as small as a door handle.
Right.
And once you do architecture, you do realize at some point where you're interested. So there are a lot of architects who work beautifully with art and artists.
Right.
There are architects who work on huge public projects, buildings. So the good thing about the field of architecture is I would say it's a fundamental base to explore anything in this environment.
Anything in the design and art environment.
Yes. There are a lot of very good architects who become product designers.
Right. Yes.
They're very good architects. A friend of mine who I did architecture with in America. He's working for a car company in the US.
Oh, wow.
Designing the external aerodynamics of the cars, and he's thoroughly enjoying it.
Yeah.
But that's because of the base of design.
Right.
It's everything design.
Yeah.
Culminates into architecture.
Right. In fact, we also have certain students that have, after studying architecture, they have gone into UI UX design or product design, and they're doing fabulously well. In fact, their employers call me and say, do you have more students who want to come into UI UX? And it's like, yeah, maybe. So it's like a very versatile field, I feel.
I think that's also something to do with your institution, because even when I had some interns from your institution, I called you guys back and said, send more.
How nice. That's so wonderful to know. And I'm definitely going to relay this message to, of course, the faculty will also watch it, because it's all because of the great faculty and their enthusiasm that makes the college in what it is. So, of course, now coming to a very fun question for me is how it is to work with Padma Bhushan Hafeez Contractor, sir. How has your journey been?
It's been a combination of a joyride and a roller coaster ride, and I say this because the amount of energy, enthusiasm, and sheer creativity that he brings to work every day, that he brings to projects every day, creates an environment where everybody who works with him or associates with him thoroughly enjoys what they're doing. This is basically in a nutshell. On a more granular level, he's a thinker. He's always thinking for the betterment of Mumbai city, for to make Mumbai city a more level playing field for development. And he's always been pro infrastructure and public space development. Many old laws in the city that used to really bother him, that didn't allow for for infrastructure development, he's campaigned against them. So he's the kind of individual who you get what you see with him.
Yeah.
There's no mask and there's no, I say this, but I mean this with Hafeez Contractor. And that's the reason that so many people want to be associated with him for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
Because he's a visionary, for lack of a better word.
Any valuable lesson that you have learned for yourself from him that you would like to share with us?
Definitely. He has an intimate respect for nature, and with every project that we do, he's always extremely keen to understand how many trees are being cut, where they'll be replanted, whether we can do more than what we are damaging, and this extends to the fact that we travel all over the country to do different projects, and in every part of the country he's always taught us something new about the nature from that place. What are the different trees, what shrubs grow, and we've kind of taken that simple love for nature into a more scientific process in design, where we very carefully look at net zero architecture, we very carefully look at water management systems and all of, so that's the technical side of it.
Right.
But the technical side of it is born from the fact that the person at the helm, which is Hafeez Contractor, is extremely, has an intimate relationship with nature. And that's why, we've been doing all of this.
Right, right. That's wonderful. Can you take us through the process of from getting, firstly, what are the type of clients that come to this office, if you can start with that, and how do you turn the ask or the client's dream into the design? Is there a process that you follow?
Of course. Architect Hafeez Contractor as a practice does all kind of work. We do not like to categorize ourselves as only doing residential or hospitality, because we've thoroughly enjoyed working across the spectrum of building and urban design.
Right.
So, but I would be sure to say that maybe 50% or maybe 40 to 50% of our work is residential, commercial residential development. And the other 55% is split between, we do a lot of office, IT parks, we do a lot of hotels. In the last 10 years, we've been doing a lot of hotels. We are now also doing very large public buildings. We're doing museums. We are a part of the team doing the entire secretariat for Amravati. We are also doing many other landscape and public park, urban renewal projects. So the spectrum is extremely wide.
Right.
There is no project that we would like to say no to, unless there is some baggage on it or something that we would like to stay away from. We also do a lot of interior design. It's extremely important for any good practice to do interior design to stay relevant. When a project does come to us, we of course evaluate with the client, what is the brief, how do you want to go about it, whether the client has a historic way of doing things, or whether this needs a completely fresh look. So there's no set formula, to be very frank.